What is up, everybody, and welcome to CTW Special Edition. I'm your host, Seamus Zarlingo. Alongside of me today, my two co-hosts, Justin Lowe, got the point right, and Nick Franco, and of course, our special guest, San Antonio Spurs play-by-play announcer, Jacob Tobey. Jacob, welcome to the broadcast. How are you doing today?
Thank you, boys. I appreciate it. And it's still kind of surreal to hear people like introduce me as that because I'm still newish to the league. Like I just finished my first year, so it's still cool to hear that because that was the goal. Since I was born, that was the goal to hear that. So it's really cool whenever people introduce me like that. So I'm doing great. It's great.
Yeah. Go ahead, Franco. Go ahead.
Yeah,
I mean, you guys have the connection here. You guys have the connection. I'll say that. Franco, if you want to touch on it for people here.
People might be wondering what is going on, why Celtics Talk Weekly is collaborating with the San Antonio Spurs, but it's because we have a mutual connection. Jacob Tobey was a school attendant at my alma mater, Sturgis Charter School, and also grew up on Cape Cod as well.
Yeah, dude, you got to represent the Sturgis Storm proudly.
Oh, you're a Storm?
Yeah. Yeah, that's what we are.
Awesome, yeah.
Oh, wow, he has a jersey. I don't even have a jersey.
West Campus. They were trying to throw him out, so.
I was East Campus all the way. Two campuses, very different setup for high school.
Definitely.
We don't need to go into all those details, but yeah.
No, that was a big point of conversation before he got in here, Jacob. It was is he from the east or is he from the other side?
No Gators around
are we gonna have is Franco gonna have problems in here or not? We don't know.
The east is the OG campus. That's all I have to say.
Yeah. We also have access to Main Street, so
yeah.
Everybody on that side, they're in agreement on the east, right? Sturgis East, though. Sturgis East. But ultimately, I mean, you're now down there in San Antonio, and you made it all the way there from Cape Cod, and you were able to find your first broadcasting opportunity on Cape Cod with the Cape Cod Baseball League. What was it like starting your media career on Cape Cod and starting at that very point? What exactly made you pursue a media career?
Yeah, I think I got super lucky that I just happened to be born on Cape Cod where the best summer collegiate baseball players get to play every summer. And I got super lucky that each team, has announcers that get to broadcast the games. These players come from all over the country. They're the best baseball players in the world, in college. But the teams are starting to bring broadcasters in. And so the best broadcasters from all over the country get to go and live on the Cape for a summer. And so when I heard that I could broadcast the Cape Cod Baseball League, I was like, whoa, like this is super cool. I won't when these guys come, they have to stay with host families or have to pay for places to stay. I could just literally live at home, with my parents and go do games every single night. So I was applying to different teams. The first year I interned with just the league in general in broadcast, doing radio updates every couple of days. I was writing articles for the league website. I was helping out with their 1 week broadcast on WEI Cape Cod. And then the next year I got hired by the Wareham Gatemen to do, their full slate of games as the play-by-play guy. And it was the best training because baseball is every single day. You have to get into a super, super finite routine. And it really trains you well. Baseball is so hard because there's so much time to fill. It's very nuanced. There's a lot of different statistics. And so it really teaches you to fill time, really know what you're talking about. And I love baseball. And so I did that for 2 summers. And I think, that was when I was in college. And when I was in high school at Sturgis at our high school, I kind of makeshift started a radio station with my best friend Kevin. So we were both on the soccer team. We were both captains, but he knew that I wanted to be a play-by-play guy in high school. And so he's like, we should start a radio station. And so I started broadcasting the baseball games online on this thing called Blog Talk Radio, which doesn't even exist anymore, I don't think. And then he would announce my basketball games because I was playing basketball, so I couldn't do basketball. And like I said, we were on the soccer team. I got hurt my senior year, like 3 games in, and so I had to miss the rest of the year. So I just started announcing the soccer games too. So I just got hooked early on. I always sort of wanted to be a play-by-play guy. I think obviously all of us realize we're not good enough to play at the highest level. And so
Especially
when I
playing at
found out I could have a
Sturgis,
cool, yeah, when I found out I could have a cool job, I was like, whoa. And so like Mike Gorman was such a, he was my idol growing up, and I wanted to be exactly like him. And 10 years down the road, I got to know him a little bit, and now I'm in the league. And so it's really wild. But yeah, the Cape Cod League was like the ultimate start. And I was coming from not a big time broadcasting school. All these guys and gals come from Syracuse, Arizona State, massive, massive broadcasting schools, Missouri. And I was coming from Suffolk University in Boston, great journalism school, more on the TV news side, not necessarily the play-by-play side. So I was already going in with a chip on my shoulder anyways. This Division III kid coming in, hometown kid, what's this kid got? And I was broadcasting with guys from Arizona State. And I felt like I had to step up my game. And so I did that for 2 summers, and it was like the best training, the media training you could ever get.
Definitely. One thing I've noticed about the Boston market, as we've all taken on the broadcast media journey, is there is definitely a higher rate of competition in the positions that you're going for. Everyone is starting after those jobs with the Boston Celtics. A lot of people want to become the next Mike Gorman, and being able to compete and learn in that Boston market, did that translate over for when you were receiving offers and opportunities elsewhere, such as Oklahoma City and San Antonio and Denver?
Yeah, it did. I think that's why I wanted to go to Suffolk. That's why I wanted to be in Boston. Like, I applied to Syracuse. That was like the only school I applied to outside of New England, outside of really Massachusetts. And I didn't even get in. So they'll regret that one day. Maybe they'll regret it now. I don't know. But
Syracuse Orange.
Hey,
not good reviews there.
I just had to put it out. I just had to put it out there. No, I'm just kidding.
Take that, Drew Carter.
Drew's a friend, so I have all. I love all those guys.
We love Drew over here.
Yeah, no, they're all amazing. They're very talented, and so I just think like I wanted to be in Boston because I knew there would be so many opportunities. Right? I mean, I got to intern with CLNS Media covering the Celtics literally my first day on the job with CLNS Media as an intern was to go down to training camp at Salve Regina and cover Kyrie Irving and Gordon Hayward. Like that was their opening like practice, and I got to be there. So I was around the Celtics a lot. I interned at 98.5 The Sports Hub and was on the Patriots radio broadcast, like producing and like running and going and get food and like doing the intern BS. And I just got to meet so many people through those 2 avenues, all the while I was at school doing my basically news reporter work at school, and then on the side doing a talk radio show. I was announcing our Suffolk soccer games on the radio, basketball games. We were doing streams. I would go out and do games for other schools. I did games for MIT. I went and took the train to Worcester and did Holy Cross games. Like I was everywhere in the city or going to Worcester, like just to announce games. And so I think it instilled in me this, like, you have to go get it mindset. I could learn from guys like Mike Gorman. I could learn from guys like Bob Socci with the Patriots. I could learn from anyone in the business, in the space that I was meeting in these places. And I was putting myself in a position where I could succeed and have all these opportunities. I just told myself I'm going to be the busiest guy in my grade, in my class, in my school, and use my time wisely. No doubt, I still had a lot of fun in college. I studied abroad. I did all that. But when I was in school, like I went hard and like pretended I was already in the business for real. And so I had 2 to 3 jobs, right? Because we all, we do these things. We go on radio, we call games, we do talk shows, we write articles. Like, you need to be so versatile in this business. So I was already trying to be ahead of that stuff. So I think being in Boston just like fueled it, because there was 4 pro teams, so many good announcers, people on the news, people on the radio. Like it fueled me. So I love, thinking back to that time, because I was just a guy that going to work every single day pretty much.